The woman in first class told the flight attendant I was disturbing her peace with my sketchbook. She didn't know I was the artist her museum had hired to paint her portrait. After a grueling week installing my largest gallery show to date, all I wanted was anonymity. I swapped my usual attire for sweatpants and a faded band tee, stuffed my leather portfolio under the seat, and pulled out my worn sketchbook. I was just trying to unwind, capturing the weary slump of a businessman across the aisle in quick, loose lines. The woman in 1A, immaculate in a cream suit, watched me with visible distaste. After the third time, I glanced up to study a passenger's profile. She pressed her call button. "Yes, Ms. Van Horn?" The flight attendant, a man named Gavin, was instantly obsequious. "That young man in 3C, she said, not bothering to lower her voice. "He's been staring at people for nearly an hour. It's incredibly invasive. He's making the cabin uncomfortable." She glanced at my sketchbook as if it were something contagious. "I'd like him moved." Gavin's friendly demeanor vanished when he approached me. "Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to stop drawing and stow that book. You're bothering a premium passenger." "I'm just sketching," I said, keeping my voice calm. "I'm not bothering anyone. Your staring is the issue. Put it away, or I will have to consider this a disturbance." I closed the book. For the next 2 hours, Gavin made a point of serving everyone around me with exaggerated care, accidentally bumping my elbow as he poured coffee, leaving my meal tray uncollected long after others were cleared. Ms. Van Horn would occasionally look back, a satisfied smirk playing on her lips. During descent, turbulence hit. The plane gave a violent shudder. Ms. Van Horn's water glass tipped, soaking her pristine suit. She gasped in outrage as Gavin scrambled with napkins. Without thinking, I reopened my sketchbook, my hand moving on instinct. In 30 seconds, I'd captured the perfect, chaotic moment. The shock on her face, the arc of the water, the attendant's panic. It was raw, real, and undeniably brilliant. As we taxied, she stormed up to me, her finger pointing. You were drawing that? Delete it. Now. I will not be your pathetic, struggling artist's joke." "I don't think so," I said, meeting her gaze. "Gavin, he's harassing me. I want him detained." The head of flight operations was waiting at the gate, not for her, but for me. "Mr. Thorne, thank God you're on this flight. The museum director has been frantic. The sitting for the new portrait commission is tomorrow at 9 a.m., and we couldn't reach you." Mrs. Van Horn froze. "Thorne? Julian Thorne?" The operations manager nodded. "Yes, ma'am. Our most frequent flyer. We're to escort him to baggage claim. The Metropolitan Museum is covering all his logistics for the new Van Horn family portrait." He turned to me, confused by the tension. "Is everything all right?" I looked from his concerned face to Ms. Van Horn's, which had gone from cream to ashen. I opened my sketchbook to the turbulence drawing and held it up so she could see it clearly. "Everything's perfect," I said. "I just found the exact expression I've been looking for. The one that shows the true subject. It's not dignity or grace, it's entitlement, frozen in shock." I tore the page out with a clean rip. "Consider this my preliminary study. I'll see you tomorrow at 9, Elise." I handed the page to the stunned operations manager. "For the file," I said, and walked off the plane, leaving the silence behind me. The portrait sitting the next day was the most electrically uncomfortable hour of my career. I painted every minute of it, and the final, furious, revealing masterpiece now hangs in their foyer, a permanent monument to the day the subject tried to have the artist thrown off his own flight.